78% of suicide rates worldwide are men. What can we do to help them? The truth is that women are actually more likely to attempt suicide than men, but men are more successful at killing themselves on the first go because they use more lethal means. To help depressed people, you need to unstigmatize talking about it first and foremost. It's not a gender thing. Depression affects everyone at the same rate. Make them women? Allow them to show emotions healthily. It's not fair that women get to, and it's seen as a part of their weak personalities, and it's not fair that it is seen as weak in men that desperately need help. If you are a man struggling with suicidal thoughts, talk to someone immediately. Fuck society's stigmas. You have to get help if you feel you need it. Not for anyone else, but for you and your benefit only. Take yourself into center stage and listen. You can't pour from an empty cup, so look after yourself. It's not weak, it's strong, to be able to listen to yourself. Much love to any men struggling with these thoughts. You're not any less of a man for experiencing this. Words from my teacher: men's standards are put too high. At a young age we men are told not to cry because we are men. Women always talk to each other to find a solution to a problem, but men keep it to themselves. Teach boys that feelings aren't just for girls. 78% of suicides worldwide are men, women most affected. Help us reach 100%? No thanks. Stop telling your kids to stop crying and man up. Actually help the men that are struggling instead of throwing out a blanket solution like this that does a little bit for all men instead of doing something that does a lot for the few men that need it. Stop being assholes. Treat others with the same respect you think you're entitled to. Mind your business and don't gossip. Spreading false rumors about someone can ruin their work life, business, personal life, so on so forth. Either give them sex or let them do something they deem fun to do. Douchebag men who get in bar fights and drive lifted trucks only ever on concrete get labeled as men. Women are categorized as women, though no one fits in a category. And sensitive guys who actually feel have no category. We don't need the attention, we just want to go about our day and make others feel good. Douchebag men hinder my chance to be kind because people already assume I'm a douchebag man. I have to chip away stereotypes to actually have meaningful conversation. I want to be recognized for being me. I know that we all have it rough. Every human on this planet has a heart of steel. Be kind and don't hurt. Think free. Live free. Be free. Fucking listen to them and stop saying man up. Stop stigmatizing them and making them feel like having emotion isn't normal for them. Teach our young sons to take care of their mental health is a good start. Last time I read about suicide rates, I believe the article stated men were more successful in carrying out their suicide attempts versus women. Men used methods which were more permanent versus women who used reversible means. I think the problem manifests in more, and this statistic is a little misleading. We should start supporting each other more. I've been more likely to find emotional support in women than other men so far in my life, but I socialize more with men. I remember opening up about my mental health to a group of male friends back in high school, and most of them just mocked me. And I'm not that old, I'm only 21, so that wasn't in different times. Sure, you can blame it on their age for not being mature enough to discuss such topics, but it definitely didn't help opening up. Listen to what they want to talk about and let them express themselves without judging them for being not masculine. If you're in a romantic relationship with a man, don't try to keep him away from his friends. People need all kinds of relationships, and I could see myself getting really depressed if my girlfriend made my entire life center around her. Provide a shoulder to lean on and always be a comfort zone for them. Tell them that they can confide in you. My only suggestion when telling them these things is not to rush into things when telling them this. Let them know over time and make sure you are close with them. Hug me. Edit, also ask us how our day was. Show us that we matter, and don't turn us away when we need emotional support. Ask the feminists. They've got all the answers. Remove the stigma surrounding mental health issues and normalize men taking about their feelings. Quit bashing men. Anything masculine is frowned upon. Men need competition and to fix problems. These are not things the current social climate allows. Take away the stigma of mental health. Please. Get them laid. Change child support laws. It's stupid to arrest and jail someone who is unable to pay child support. This makes it difficult to pay child support in the first place. In most instances, one can't even serve in the military if child support is not current. I've seen this happen to the wrong people in my line of work. Destigmatize talking about your feelings. We need to raise men who don't think it's girly or unmanly to ask for help or to just simply say I'm not happy. A lot of it has to deal with social media. For instance, in most movies, TV shows, social media, pretty much everywhere men are supposed to be the brave, bold, fearless, strong, and great. It's been like this since the beginning of time. Men are told throughout their lives to be tough and men never cry, so therefore they end up showing no emotions and bottling things up inside. Every time we open up and say how we feel, people judge us and it gets thrown right back at us. Men have less close friends, so when things get hard they have no one to go to. Or most friends you make, you end up not getting that deep with them. Typically guys talk about what's currently happening or something they did earlier. You can help us by making it more acceptable in society for men to be allowed to show emotion and be told to let it out, not told to bottle it up. I know this has probably already been said a million times here and no one will probably see this, but I'm posting it anyway. Suck their dicks. Encourage them to talk and just listen. Enact stricter gun control. Men don't attempt suicide more often, they are more successful because they are more likely to use a gun, which is much more deadly than women's usual choice of pills. This is the first front page post I've ever seen talking about male issues. Start a Beers with Brothers program where you basically go on dates with randomly assigned guys in your area. I moved to a new area of the country and had to rebuild my community, and I would have loved a program like that to get started. Better forensic science. Teach them as boys that expressing your feelings is more than okay, it's actually important. Same with hugging/physical closeness. I'd like to know. I've struggled with mental health for over a decade and am worried my fate will be suicide. I'm currently getting help for the first time in years though. Fuck 'em. Not treat people differently based on gender. Openness and attention. Stop putting so much pressure on us to provide and be constantly working. Let me relax on the weekend how I please. Realize that toxic masculinity has a huge effect on our mental health. Stop enabling toxic masculinity. For those that don't know, toxic masculinity is not all masculinity. It is toxic traits that are considered masculine. For example, the idea that men shouldn't cry or show their feelings. Telling someone to man up, expecting them to be the breadwinner, not show feelings, dismissing men that have been sexually assaulted, expecting them to be strong, making fun of short men, expecting them to have a girlfriend act. A toxic masculinity. This shit needs to stop. Spread kindness and positivity. Let men know that they're valid in feeling these things, they're valid if they don't want to go into a manly job, they're valid if they need to go to a therapist act. The more people who hear these messages, the more people that are likely to be helped by them. With